Hello students, welcome to another class of English literature. Today I'll discuss the third lesson from the book A Pact with the Sun. As you can see, our today's lesson is The Shepherd's Treasure. So this is a story of a poor and uneducated shepherd, but yet he was very intelligent and he belongs from Iran. And this whole story is an Iranian folktale. Now, what does folktale mean? So, folktale is a story which originates in popular culture of different places. This story originates in popular culture of Iran, and then it is typically passed on by word of mouth. So, let's begin to read the story. In a village in Iran, there once lived a shepherd. So what does shepherd mean now? Shepherd means someone who rears or brings up sheep. He was very poor, like I said in the beginning, that the shepherd was very poor. He did not have even a small cottage of his own. So the shepherd did not have his own shelter to live. He had never been to school or learned to read and write, for there were very few schools in those days. So as we all know, in the past days there were very less schools and people doesn't used to go to schools like nowadays people used to go. So he had never been to school. He was basically academically might be uneducated. He hadn't learned anything. He hadn't learned to read, how to read and how to write. Though poor and uneducated, this shepherd was very wise. In spite of not being educated academically, still he was very wise. Wise means intelligent. He understood people's sorrows and troubles. So he was a very sensible person, that he can understood people's sorrows and troubles, problems, and helped them face their problems with courage and common sense. So he used to help people to solve their problem with courage, with bravery and some common sense, some common IQ. Many people came to him for advice. So for this reason, for his this ability to solve anyone's problem with courage or with common sense, many people used to come to him for seeking advice. Soon he became famous for his wisdom and friendly nature. So it took very little time to become famous for his wisdom, that means intelligence, and his friendly nature. The king of that country heard about him and thought of meeting him one day. Disguised as a shepherd and riding on a mule, one day the king came to the cave. So disguised means giving someone a different appearance in order to hide one's own identity. Okay, যেটাকে আমরা বাংলায় ছদ্মবেশ বলে থাকি, যেটা আমাদেরকে নিজের আইডেন্টিটিকে কেউ চিনতে না পারে. So the king disguised as a shepherd also, and he came riding on a mule. So mule is an offspring of a male donkey and a female horse. So riding on a mule, he came to the cave where the wise shepherd lived. So as you can see, we had already learned that the shepherd, the original shepherd, did not have any cottage or any shelter. So he lived in a den or cave. As soon as the shepherd saw the traveler coming towards the cave, he rose to welcome him. So whenever he saw any traveler, he gets out of his cave and he welcomed them. Here, rose doesn't mean a flower, okay? It means going out, okay? He goes out of his cave to welcome him. He took the tired traveler inside the cave. So basically, he welcomed the traveler, that means the king who was disguised as a shepherd, and gave him water to drink and share of his own meager meal. Meager means inadequate, okay? So he gave him water and his own share of meal. The king rested for the night in the cave and was greatly impressed by the shepherd's hospitality and wise conversation. So throughout the night, the king, who was disguised as a shepherd, and the real poor shepherd, they talked a lot, and the king was impressed by his intelligence and his hospitality. So hospitality means, the friendly action of welcoming the guest. Though still tired, the king decided to depart the next morning. So in spite of being very tired, the king decided to depart. Depart means to leave or to exit in the next morning. He said, "Many thanks for your kindness to a poor traveler. I have a long way to go. Permit me to leave." So having said this, the king asked permission to leave. Looking straight into the eyes of his guest, the shepherd replied, "Thank you, Your Majesty, for paying me the compliment of a visit." Can you see how humble he was? He thanked the king for paying the compliment of a visit only. The king was astonished as well as pleased. So the king was very surprised and equally impressed also. He is indeed very wise, he thought to himself. So the king thought to himself that the shepherd is actually very wise. I need people like him to walk for me. And the king appointed this humble shepherd the governor of a small district. So, being impressed with the shepherd's humble nature and his intelligence, the king decided to appoint him. That means to assign a job of what? Of a governor. That means a ruler of where? Of a small district. Although he rose to power and dignity, the shepherd remained as humble as ever. So, in spite of having powers and dignity, dignity means quality of being worthy, he remained humble as ever. Humble means, there are some peoples who have so many modesty in their character or decency in their character. They are called, that nature is called actually that humble. Okay, so in spite of having so many power and dignity, he remained humble. People loved and honored him for his wisdom, sympathy and goodness. So the people living in that district loved and honored means respected him for his wisdom, sympathy and his goodness. He was kind and just to one and all. So he was the same for all. His fame as a fair and wise governor soon spread throughout the country. So what happened, that his fame as a fair, here fair doesn't mean the skin color or the fair where we go to have fun. Here fair means, equitable or reasonable. He was so reasonable or equitable to all, and he was a wise governor also, that his fame spread throughout the country. Now the governors of other provinces grew terribly jealous of him and began to talk to the king against him. So what happened? Seeing his goodness, seeing his such humble behavior, the other governors become terribly jealous. Terribly means here extremely jealous of him, and they began to talk to the king against him, not in support. They started talking to the king against the shepherd. They said, "He is very dishonest and keeps for himself part of the money that he collects as tax from the people." So the other governors claimed that the shepherd collects money or keeps money for his own self from the collected tax. Why did he always carry with him, they added, an iron chest? So the shepherd used to carry an iron chest with him always. Iron chest means here a box which is made of iron. So that is called iron chest. So now they raised the question to the king that why did he always carry that iron chest with him? Perhaps he carried in it the treasure that he had secretly collected. So now they are saying that maybe he carried the treasure. Treasure means the valuable objects or wealth in that iron chest that he had secretly collected. After all, they said mockingly. So they said it jokingly. He was an ordinary shepherd and could behave no better. So now the other governors claiming that as he was an ordinary shepherd, he couldn't behave better. Now, have you seen any governor to carry an iron chest with them always? No, it is not common. So that's why they are saying that he couldn't behave any better. At first, the king did not pay attention to the reports. But how long could he ignore these governors and their endless stories about the shepherd? So in the beginning, the king was ignoring all the things that the other governors were saying about the shepherd, but he couldn't ignore it for a long time. One thing was certain, the king discovered that what thing was certain? That the shepherd always carried that iron chest with him. The new governor did carry an iron chest with him all the time, like I said. So one day, the new governor was summoned to the palace. Summoned means to call, okay? They called on the shepherd to the palace. He came riding on his camel, and to everyone's delight, the famous iron chest was there fastened securely behind him on the camel's back. So when he came riding on his camel, so everyone was delighted, but still there was the iron chest fastened. Fastened means joined securely, that means tightly behind on the camel's back. Now the king was angry, so he became angry. He thundered, "Why do you always carry that iron chest with you? What does it contain?" So being angry, the king asked the shepherd that why does he always carry that iron chest with him and what's in it? The governor smiled. He asked his servant to bring in the chest. So he said his servant to bring the chest in. How eagerly the people standing around waited for the shepherd to be found out. But how great was their astonishment and even of the king himself when the chest was opened. So at the moment when the chest was opened, every people who were standing around and the king also, they became very astonished. No gold or silver or jewels, but an old blanket was all that came out. So what came out of that iron chest? It just an old blanket. There was no gold, no silver, no jewels, that means no treasure. Holding it up proudly, the shepherd said, "This, my dear master, is my only treasure. I always carry it with me." So holding that blanket in his hand, he said that is the only treasure, only wealth he had, and for that reason he always carries it with him. "But why do you carry such an ordinary blanket with you? Surely you are the governor of a district," the king asked. So being astonished, the king asked that why does he always carry a blanket? In spite of having such power and position of being a governor of a district. To which the shepherd replied with quite dignity, "This blanket is my oldest friend. It will still protect me if at any time your majesty should wish to take away my new clothes." So the shepherd replied that the blanket was his oldest friend, and that's why he carried it always with him, so that it can protect him at any time if the king decided to take away his new clothes. Clothes means garments. How pleased the king was, and the shepherd's this reply with such humble manner pleased the king, and how embarrassed the jealous governors became to hear the wise man's reply, and obviously every other governors become more jealous hearing such polite reply from a wise man. Now they knew that the shepherd was indeed the humblest and the wisest man in the land. Thus, the shepherd proved that he is indeed means truly the most humble and the most wisest man in the land, that means in the earth. The king made him the governor of a much bigger district that very day, and thus he proves being worthy. He proves his dignity, and for that reason he gained the responsibility of a much bigger district that very day. So that was all about the story. As you can see, there are a few questions down below. So your today's task is you have to write the answers of all these questions based on your understanding, what you have understood from the story and from the explanation that I have explained, and you have to send it to me. Okay? Goodbye.